I guess it's officially that time. It has gotten just a little bit too cold for me to keep up with the normal activities that I enjoy doing, like pickleball and basketball, at the same pace that I had been doing them before. And on top of that, by the time that I get off work, it's almost too dark outside to do anything anyway. And I know that I'm not the only person that's dealing with this. So many people like to do some form of exercise outdoors, whether that's running or hiking, or like I said, playing basketball or pickleball. But unfortunately, because of the freezing cold weather and the short days, a lot of people end up cutting back pretty significantly on the amount of exercise that they're doing. This affects people's moods and their health as they see less activity than they usually do. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Tyler Warlow and I go by The Mengineer, and I make videos on how to improve your life through your confidence, capabilities, and overall happiness. My own annoyance with the winter months kind of got me thinking a little bit. So today's video is going to be covering how to stay active during the winter months, even with the cold weather and the short days. And if you just want to continue doing the activities that you already do, stick around until the end of the video because I'm going to be giving some quick, short tips concerning that. But now that we've got that covered, let's go ahead and jump into the video. One of the easiest ways that you're going to be able to stay active during the winter months is by getting involved in winter sports. There are a ton of activities out there that you can do during the winter. Some common ones are skiing, snowboarding, ice hockey, or some form of ice skating. Obviously, these sports are going to be dependent upon you having access to an area where it is cold enough to have snow or even freeze over some lakes, or maybe even have facilities that can give you that opportunity like hockey stadiums. Another thing to keep in mind with winter sports is that there might be a cost barrier to those who might be interested in pursuing it. Skiing and snowboarding are kind of known for being costly in terms of the equipment that you have to buy, and then on top of that, unless you own some sort of land, you're gonna have to be paying for a pass to be able to use ski lifts and resorts. Between buying or renting equipment or paying for resort passes, you can very easily spend a lot of money for just a few days of fun. So what if you just don't have the money to get involved in those sports, or you just lack the interest? Well, then the next tip might be for you. If you have a little bit of money, you can always look into getting a gym membership at a local gym near you. And one of the great things about getting a gym membership is that it offers a lot of flexibility. You can typically find some gym for almost every type of activity out there, no matter what you enjoy. Most gyms will have access to some sort of weightlifting equipment and plenty of cardio equipment, but then there will typically be gyms that offer more specialty equipment like pools or basketball courts. And what if you don't like working out alone? Then a gym pass might be the perfect option for you as well. A lot of gyms offer group classes that you can get together with other people and just enjoy doing the activity. Looking to get more competitive? There's also gyms out there for that. I know that I personally have 2 YMCAs near me that offer facilities for racquetball, pickleball, basketball, almost any competitive sport that you can think of. It may cost you a little bit of money for the few months, but you can always cancel it once the winter is over and return to your normal routine. And to me, your health and your enjoyment of life is always worth the money. But speaking of doing things that you have found enjoyable, if you have found this video to be helpful or informative at all, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe. It helps the channel to grow and helps it to reach new people and spread information that they might not otherwise know. Thank you so much, and now let's continue with the video. So you're not interested in winter sports and you really don't have the money for a gym membership. What do you do then? Don't worry, there are plenty of options out there for you, many of which you can do from the warmth and comfort of your own home. For instance, there is no shortage of great workout routines that you can do from your home. It is simply a matter of finding an activity that you enjoy doing and a time frame that you can do it in. Just to name a few examples, my fiance used to really enjoy following along with dance videos on YouTube. And I have several friends that will follow yoga instructors along on YouTube. If you're more interested in building muscle or strength, you can always look into at-home calisthenic routines. The options are endless, and it's really just a matter of knowing what to look for. Now that you know that these are some options, think of an activity that you would enjoy doing and do a quick Google search for at-home routines. It's as simple and as easy as that. But what do you guys like to do to stay active at home? Let me know down in the comments below. I like to read them all, and I try to respond to as many as I possibly can. And finally, like I promised, I'm going to cover a few tips for people who just want to continue doing what they're already doing and don't mind the cold weather that much. For those of you who don't mind the cold weather, there are still a few things that you should keep in mind. First off, make sure that you are bundling up and wearing weather appropriate clothing. Usually your core will heat up, so you don't have to worry too much about your body. But always be aware of your hands and your feet. In freezing temperatures, it is really easy for your extremities to get too cold and you not even realize it. So make sure that you're wearing appropriate clothing based on how cold it is. Next, keep in mind that the days are a lot shorter than they used to be. So if you're doing some sort of activity like running or something on a tennis court, make sure that you're going to be in a place that has plenty of light or has its own light source. A while ago, I was training for a half marathon, and I made that mistake. As it got closer to the winter months, the days were getting shorter, and I actually ended up running in the dark. It was an incredibly nerve-wracking experience for me, as I was trying to shine my way with my phone flashlight while running. It caused me to trip over a lot more things that I normally would have seen, and I actually ran into a whole herd of deer, and they ran all around me after I spooked them. Pay attention to the time, be aware that the days are shorter. It is a little bit of a safety hazard, so just be aware and be careful. Next, a lot of people really don't think about this, but make sure that you continue to wear your sunscreen. The days might seem grayer, but the sun still comes through the clouds. So if you're gonna be outside for many hours, you wanna make sure that you're continuing to wear your sunscreen, not only to prevent sunburn, but also just prevent long-term sun damage. Additionally, if you're doing activities that are in the snow will actually reflect light back at you that is normally absorbed into the ground. So it can be a lot easier to get a sunburn than you realize. And finally, make sure that you are continuing to drink enough water. Even though you might feel cold, you still are going to be losing water through sweat and also water vapor coming from your mouth as you breathe. And a lot of people won't realize it until they're exhausted and potentially suffering heat exhaustion after a full day of skiing. Just because you're cold doesn't mean that you're not sweating and losing water. So it's important to ensure that you continue to stay hydrated no matter what kind of physical activity you are doing. But that's it, guys. That's going to bring us to the end of the video. Again, if you found the video to be helpful or informative at all, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel, and it helps us to grow a lot. Thank you so much. If you have any thoughts or ideas of your own of videos that you might like to see or comments on the video itself, please be sure to leave a comment down below. I like to read them all. But if you're interested in more videos like this where I cover fitness topics, be sure to check out this video right here where I talk about how to gain muscle fast for skinny guys. If you're more interested in some of my most recent stuff, be sure to check out this video right here. Until the next time, this is the Mengineer, signing off.